right, guys, despite so many diet fads that sweep across this country every year, obesity plagues 30% of Americans. Now, you can blame it on the fast food industry or lack of exercise, but have you ever considered that diet foods themselves might be part of the problem? Now, let me explain. The most prevalent artificial sugar on the market is aspartame, which is also recognized as NutraSweet or equal. Aspartame is in over 6,000 products, including almost all diet sodas, chewing gum, frozen desserts, yogurt, and even vitamins and cough drops. But the FDA approved it, so it must be safe, right? Because if we know anything, that the FDA cares about our health. So this is your aspartame 101. All right. It was originally discovered by G.D. Searle, which was later bought out by Monsanto, our favorite company. Later, it spawned off to form the NutraSweet company. Now, while waiting for final approval, the FDA commissioner analyzed some of Searle's aspartame tests, which he said were, quote, at best sloppy, and, quote, revealed a pattern of conduct which compromises the scientific integrity of the studies. Compromising scientific integrity, meaning that Searle's tests were so flawed that they actually found tumors in rats, but instead of reporting the tumors, they cut them out and discarded them. Yes, that did happen. Well, the flurry of debate about Searle's tests prompted the FDA to establish a public board of inquiry comprised of independent scientists to rule on safety issues surrounding NutraSweet. And in 1980, the board concluded that NutraSweet should not be approved, pending further investigations of brain tumors in animals. But there's more. Check it out.
The circulation of the brain and the veins and arteries of the brain, there's an enzyme that can convert methyl alcohol to formaldehyde, and in the human breast.
Monty says that means an increased risk of breast cancer. This chart shows how breast cancer has risen along with the increased use of aspartame.
So knowing that Searle purposefully falsified tests and there's data supporting a rise in cancer directly linked to aspartame, you might be wondering, how did this chemical actually get approved? Well, enter Ronald Reagan. After the FDA's Board of Inquiry halted aspartame's approval, Ronald Reagan became president. And his transitional team, which included Donald Rumsfeld, CEO of Searle, then handpicked Dr. Arthur Holhays Jr. to be the new FDA commissioner. And in one of his first official acts, the new FDA commissioner overruled the Public Board of Inquiry's recommendations and authorized aspartame to flood the food market. Later, Arthur Hole left the FDA and took a position with Burson Marsteller, the chief PR firm for both Monsanto and G.D. Searle. Conflict of interest much? It's revolving door politics at its best. And over the last 30 years, aspartame has made its way into thousands of food products. And despite its sordid past, weight-conscious Americans will likely still opt for products containing aspartame because it's marketed as a weight loss aid. But ironically, studies have shown that consuming artificial sugars actually increases appetite, sugar intake, and weight gain because the empty sweetness makes your body expect food. And when food doesn't arrive, your body gets hungrier and you tend to consume more. So here's the lesson. Before you reach for that Diet Coke, think about this. While the FDA claims to be checking up on aspartame, you and I need to be checking up on the FDA.